Alright, so here's the new radio I bought. It's called the USA-230. I've actually got one of these in my Cutlass, and it's worked great for the past 5 years. So I decided to get another one to put in this Eldorado. This one is their basic model. It only has auxiliary in and AM/FM, which is fine with me because I bought this Bluetooth adapter through them. I wanted to get it through their website. You can buy one of these cheaper on Amazon if you want, but I wanted their product because they have very good customer service in my experience. A few times I've had to call them, ask them questions. It comes with the plastic volume knobs, the mounting bracket or the rear support, instructions, and I believe that's a warranty or something, and the wiring to put it in. Let me go take the radio out and I'll show you how I install it. So the factory radio has these weird little nuts on it. All I did was take a flathead and kind of hit it a little bit, work them off there. They're pretty soft. I think they might be Bakelite, so be careful with them. But otherwise, just unthread them like that. Okay, so it took a little wrestling, but I got it out. It was hard to film, but I just want to show you what I did. I took the kick panel loose. Yes, ignore the crappy 8-track that someone put in. Took that loose, dropped it down a little bit. There was one bolt, which was right in this back corner here, underneath, that was tough to get to. It was a 5/16 that was holding it in. Took those knobs off like I showed a minute ago. And I had to cut this socket for the illumination off because I didn't want to fight with it. It's rusted in there pretty hard. But yeah, you can see this thing is it's a beast. It weighs a lot. These old radios are relentless. I don't even want to set it on the trunk of the car, but let's compare the two. Here's the new one, and here's the old one. Yeah. Let's look at the front of them. Compare the two. Close enough to factory to make me happy. Now I'm going to get it wired, which isn't going to be very interesting, and I'll show you when I'm done. Alright, here's what I ended up doing with the radio. Kind of left off in the middle of the installation, but I didn't think the wiring would interest anybody. The way I did it, let me get myself under here really quick. Got a few wire nuts. I hooked that up because I'm trying to kind of testing out these rear speakers. I need to run new wire though, really. But what I did, let me pull it down here a little bit. I used butt connectors, which, you know, I'm not proud of. I'll probably end up soldering them in at some point. It was pretty simple. The radio fit nice. Didn't have to modify anything. I just used the existing mounting holes for the GM 2-hole style radio, whatever they call it, the old type. I did end up putting these little soft dome tweeters that are made by Pioneer. They cost, I think it was $30. They weren't very expensive, and they sound great. They balance the sound out nicely. Now let me show you the radio. So it's got auxiliary. That's where I use it most of the time. It's got just a regular FM, and it's also got, hang on, right here, AM, which I never am going to use. The auxiliary works pretty well. I bought that Bluetooth adapter and it's doing pretty well, but there is one problem with it. If you turn the volume up too loud, I get some noise from the alternator, and that's the same in the Cutlass, the other vehicle I have with that same adapter. So I'm going to put a noise filter on it at some point. Now, it's got a clock, of course. It has a few other settings. Let me pull them up, or hang on, sorry, wrong button. You can change, you know, the bass levels, which I'm going to turn that down a little bit. You can change bass levels. You can change treble, balance, left, right, fade, front, rear. There isn't much more to it, really. It's a pretty simple radio. Now, as far as audio quality goes, I'd compare it to almost every other, you know, aftermarket stereo. It's pretty similar to that. You just don't have as many options, you know, for adjustment. You can't change the display brightness or the display color. It's just like a white color at night. And no, the 8-track doesn't work. I need to get rid of it. But anyway, I'm going to turn it up for just a second. I can't do it long because the music's copyrighted. But the audio quality is pretty good. Other than the distortion I'm getting from the alternator, I'm getting kind of some whine. But other than that, I'm pretty happy with it. I mean, this was only $230. Now, build quality wise, I think these buttons are kind of chintzy. I have the slightly higher end model in the Cutlass. It's the kind that has a, you can hook in a CD player up to it. This one only has auxiliary in and the radio. But it's still, I mean, it works fine. If you want just a basic radio, this is a pretty good choice. It looks nice in the car. Let me turn it off. When the car's off, it just looks like a stock style radio, especially from the outside. See? Just looks like a stock radio. I like that a lot. Fits in the factory position. So if you're, like I said, if you're looking for an inexpensive radio that fits in the stock spot, looks like a stock radio, then I'd recommend this. This is the USA-230. I bought it from Classic Car Audio, or Classic Car Stereos, whichever the two it is. But anyway, I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.